Everyone, and welcome to NameHero.com. I'm Ryan, the founder and CEO. Today I want to talk about a new feature that we're bringing to all of our web hosting accounts. So if you've been working with us for any time here at NameHero, you know that we're known for our high-speed cloud infrastructure with many features such as Cloudflare Railgun and SSD drives with RAID 10, Lightspeed web server, free and automatic SSL certificates. We have many different features here that sets NameHero aside from the rest of the web hosting industry. You know, when I decided to start NameHero, one of the main catalysts behind it was I didn't want to go and get nickeled and dimed everywhere. You know, it seemed like before I started NameHero, that every other web host out there that you had to buy just your hosting, then you had to get a domain, then you had to get an SSL certificate, and God forbid you needed some extra software or anything like that. So when I started NameHero, it was my goal to offer individuals, small businesses, and alike all the features they needed to get started. So once they come get a hosting package from NameHero, they can get their website online fast and easy, and then it runs flawlessly, that it's up 100% of the time, that it runs really fast, and it's also secure and scalable, because nowadays with social media, we know that a post can go viral on Facebook or Twitter or whatnot, and they can send a lot of traffic to your site. So that was kind of all the stuff bunched in there together. Now, recently, we've made the decision to add another feature to our web hosting accounts, and that's a website builder. So most of our customers, or I'd say 98% of them, they use WordPress in some capacity or another, meaning that some people have a blog with WordPress or they use WordPress to power their entire site. So we've specifically optimized all of our hosting packages for WordPress. Well, we do have some customers that they want to use WordPress, but some others want to use a website builder. And we see a combination of both. Some people just want to use a website builder altogether and don't want to use WordPress. So for that percentage out there, we want to have that option available. So if you don't want to run WordPress, or if you still want to run WordPress but also have a web page builder, we've added that in there for you. So this just opens up more opportunities, and it's 100% free with your hosting package. So there's no additional cost or anything like that. So let's head over here to our hosting packages so I can talk a little bit more about them. I'm going to click on web hosting. So this refers to our basic hosting packages. If you're on our reseller or our VPS, this website builder unfortunately is not available to those customers just yet. We're looking at maybe adding it in, but right now it's just available on our basic hosting packages. So here they are, and I would say these are probably the most popular hosting packages here at NameHero because it allows a really quick and affordable way to get started with your website. So for example, our starter cloud, it's for $3.59 a month, and that's with our spring special we're currently running. And this is designed for those startups or individuals that just want to blog, one single site, to have it online at a very affordable rate. It then goes on up from there, and you'll notice between our packages, the main difference is the number of websites you can host. So the starter cloud is just 1, the plus cloud is 6, the turbo and business are both unlimited websites. So we see most of our customers, they kind of like to go to the plus or turbo, because not only does this allow you a little bit more flexibility in the number of websites you can host, but it also allows for more RAM. So here at NameHero, being a high-speed cloud host, we actually dedicate a certain amount of RAM, or allocate a certain amount of RAM to each package. And you don't have to be too computer savvy to understand this, but it's like the RAM in your computer. The more RAM you have in your computer, the faster it is. When you get a bunch of windows opened up and things start to lag, most likely if you ask a computer expert, they'll say you need to have more RAM, more virtual memory inside of your computer. Well, that's the same to your website. If you're getting a lot of visitors, if you're using a lot of applications, your website will slow down based on that RAM. So we found that if you're just getting started, 1 gigabyte of RAM, that's good. But you start getting traffic, you start growing, you start adding pages to your site, you need a little bit more. So that's really, the main differentiating factor between all of the packages is the RAM and the number of websites that you can host. Because we do not meter on storage or bandwidth. We find those items are, pretty standard nowadays across the hosting industry. All right, now all of our packages do have the free and automatic SSL, which you see here, our free solid state drives with RAID 10. Again, that's another feature to make your website load fast. The SSL is to make sure it's secure. If you notice up here, it says NameHero US and it's a lockbox. If your website doesn't have a secure certificate nowadays, it shows up as a not secure error or warning in Chrome. Of course, if you're visitors, I don't know about you, but if I go visit a site and it says not secure, I'm sure as heck not going to put any information in there. And if you're selling a product product or service, I'm not going to buy it on a website that says not secure, especially nowadays. So that's free and automatic here at NameHero. Some other web hosts charge, but we do not. We also have Lightspeed Cache. This is for WordPress primarily, but it makes your website load faster. Cloudflare and Railgun. Cloudflare is a content delivery network. Railgun makes it load extremely fast, even if your visitors are international. Then we have the pretty standard features, unlimited park and subdomains and email accounts and all that stuff. So that's all pretty standard. So the new website builder, it's going to be available on all of these packages. So regardless of which one you have, you're going to be able to use the website builder. And if you have more than one website, such as the Plus, Turbo, or Business, you can use the website builder to make other websites. It's not just limited to one website. You can work on multiple websites with the website builder. So now we're bringing this cloud infrastructure for those that want to have an alternative to WordPress or want to use something else in conjunction with WordPress. We now have that option. So I'm going to demonstrate on this video tutorial on how to sign up for your hosting package, how to get your domain all set up, and then how to use this new website builder to build out your site. So just getting started here, I'm probably going to choose the Plus Cloud because that's probably the most popular. We see Turbo, it's kind of a toss-up between Plus and Turbo, but it really just depends on how many visitors your site has, how many pages and content based on this RAM number, as well as if you're going to be hosting more than 6 websites, and of course you need to go to the Turbo. The good thing about NameHero, we're in the cloud, you can upgrade at any time and also have instant access to these available resources. So if you're on the fence, just go with the Plus and then you can always upgrade later. Likewise, if you just have one website, you can go with the starter and upgrade to the Plus at any time. So I'm going to click on it here. Now, when it comes to setting up your domain, you have 3 options. Now, once again, we allow a free domain registration for .com, .net, .org, .mobi, .us, .biz, and .co.uk for the first year. So this goes back to what I said, having to buy a whole bunch of other stuff than just web hosting to get your website started. We don't want you to do that. So we include a free domain registration or transfer for that first year. So it absorbs some of that cost, so it's not such a big hit in your pocketbook. So the first option you have here is to register a new domain. So if you don't have your domain already, you can register a new one here, and that first year is free on us. If your domain's registered somewhere else, let's say you're moving from another web host, or maybe you bought a domain at GoDaddy, some time ago, or another domain registrar, you can transfer it over to us. And also that credit applies to this. So if you want to transfer from GoDaddy, you don't have to pay for that transfer fee. And likewise as well, if you've paid for like 5 years at GoDaddy, you're not going to lose any of the time you've already paid for. It's going to add additional time to your domain. And again, it's free. And then finally, we have the third option. And this is if you already have your domain, perhaps you already have your domain registered at NameHero and you just want to add hosting to it. Or maybe your name's registered at GoDaddy, you're just giving NameHero a chance, and you don't know if you want to bring your domain over yet, which is fine. We understand you do use this third option. And if you decide, after 30 days, 60 days that you want to move the domain, we'll still honor that credit within the first 30 days to provide that complimentary transfer fee for you. So it's really, you have no risk, no obligation or whatnot. So I'm going to use this third option just because I already have the domain I'm going to use today in my NameHero account. So I'm going to be using keydiets.com. So I enter my domain here and I enter the .com here. No dot, just com. I'm going to click use. All right, so now we're just going to review the package, and this is kind of highlighting everything I've already talked about, but just kind of confirming. Next, we have the option to choose our billing cycle. So there's 2 important things about this here. One, the discount applies on checkout. So as I mentioned, we're running our spring special, and you'll see we have these new spring coupons. The name of the sale is New Spring, and these are going to apply on the checkout. So these won't reflect the prices here. So these are the normal prices without the promo. So please keep that in mind. The second thing that I want to highlight is you're going to see a 12-month, 24-month, and 36-month price. For the Plus Cloud, this package is only available on these 3 pricing methods or pricing options. So you can't go month to month, unfortunately. We find that month-to-month payments, such a small amount, $5, $6, even $10 a month, we run into too many issues with credit cards expiring, credit cards declining, and then someone's site goes down before they even realize it. So that way, we just do a 12-month price minimum, and we go all the way up to 36-month, which also allows us to provide that free domain registration or credit. Now you're going to see too, the longer you decide to sign up, the more you're going to save. You can see you get an extra $2 off going with 36 months versus 12. And which also means when that discount coupon applies, you're going to get this really low rate of $5.99. So you're going to get almost 50% off by going 36 months with the spring coupon here. So that's, most of our customers, they choose this option because then they don't have to worry about buying hosting for another 3 years. They don't have to worry about the renewal until 3 years. But, you might just want to try the 12-month. It's up to you. I recommend 36 just to get the best deal. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we have a couple options. One is the drop my site offsite backups. Now this is a common sales question we get, and maybe we should add some more documentation on it. We come with 100% backups. So once every night we provide complimentary backups of your web hosting account. Now this is to make sure your account's no larger than 20 gigabytes or more than 100,000 files. If your website's larger than that, then unfortunately we can't include it in the complimentary backups. And also if you decide, well, that's great, but I need more than 1 day's worth of backups, then you can add this drop my site offsite backups. So we didn't want to cram these down in the package price and make it more expensive for those that don't want that extra backup, because some people, they come on and say 1 day's data is enough for me, but then we get some businesses or some really active websites are like, no, I'd rather have 30, because if I make a mistake today, I might not realize it for a week. So it's really up to you and how often you update your websites and how much data you need to retain. We recommend them. I recommend them because I believe you can't have too many backups. And if you want to take your own, you can do that, of course. But if you just want it to be automated and easily done for you, I recommend these. And so this is sold based on the amount of space that you use per month. So 5 gigabytes, that's the amount of space for however many backups you're going to have. Is $1.99 a month. You can always upgrade this at any time. So most people, they select this option, and if you find you need 10 gigabytes, you can always come back and add more later on. Of course, you could always just say no backup and then add these later on, but I always recommend going with them. $1.99 is worth the peace of mind for me. Finally, we have the dedicated IP address. Now, if you're going to be building your website and you're going to be using emails, so, some people nowadays, they like to use Gmail, Yahoo, or what have you, iCloud even. But if you want to use the email address for your website, so especially if you're a business and you're going to use this hosting package to also provide your emails, you'll probably want to select this because it ensures the highest level of email deliverability. It basically shows the outside internet that you're on a dedicated IP, which kind of gives the appearance that you're on like a dedicated server. So it allows, when you send emails, them to skip that junk box and go right into the inbox. So I recommend this if you're going to be using it for email. If you're not, then don't worry about it. All right, I'm going to continue on here. So now we're at the checkout screen here, which shows the summary of the order. Now this is where that coupon applies. So you can see our subtotal was $461.23. Now remember, this is for 3 years. Using this discount, it's a 40% one-time discount and saves us $172.51. When you're watching this video, you might be watching it in a couple months from now, so I can't guarantee you this coupon will be live, but I'm certain we'll probably have some other intro sale for our new customers. So, this might change up or down, but whatever you see, definitely take advantage of that because that's a big chunk of change right off the top, almost 50% savings. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and complete this checkout on my end, and then I'm going to resume the video after that and continue on with the tutorial showing our new website builder. All right, once you complete your order, you make your payment, the screen looks like this. And I left it here for a reason because I want to explain this little box here. This is not a requirement. If you don't want to do it, click this X right here and you'll be out of it. But at NameHero, we are highly focused on customer service and satisfaction. If this video helped you out, if maybe a representative, you called us on the phone or live chat or sent an email in, and you're really pleased with your experience, we certainly appreciate all 5 stars. And also, you have the opportunity to share your experience with maybe a potential customer that's coming on board. Nowadays, reviews are everything, so your experience speaks wonders. And if you'd be so kind to leave that, we certainly do appreciate it. I always say that I appreciate the the positive feedback more than I do the revenue, because really our goal here is to be of service to you in your business. We really want you to have a good experience with us. We then ask for your name. If you don't want it, don't worry about it. And then your email. The email is just so we can follow up, just so we can verify that you are who you say say you are. It's not sold or used as spam or to market to you. And then you just click submit. Now I'm doing a test order, so I'm going to close it. And if you feel the same way, you're not ready for a survey or anything, feel free to close it out. It's by no means a requirement. All right, so now our order is confirmed. You have a confirmation number. This really doesn't matter. We're going to go on into the client area. Now, I'm in my main NameHero client area, and I've now got to set up my name servers to my domain. This is what connects the hosting package I just bought with my domain. Now, if you bought your domain with this, it's automatic. It's automatic for you. If you just registered it, it's all set. But remember, I chose the third option because I already had my domain. I just needed hosting for it. So what I'm going to do is click on Cloud Web Hosting. And I've got a couple different packages here because this is my demo account. But today we're working with Key Diet. So you can see SSL hasn't generated yet because it's not connected to the domain. So I'm going to click on Plus Cloud. And I need to make sure my domain uses these name servers. So I'm going to click right here, Manage Domain. And that's going to pull up another screen with my domain. Now, it is important to note if your domain's at GoDaddy or your other host or whatnot, you haven't made the decision to transfer that to us yet, you need to log in there and do this step. So since my name's at NameHero, I can do it right here. So I'm just going to click on Name Servers. And I have to update these to match my hosting package. So I've got ns61.namehero.net. And this is different for a lot of the different hosting packages. So it's going to be unique to whichever one you ordered. So, don't just copy the ones from this video. Make sure you're looking under your web hosting package. So 61 and 62. So I'm going to go over here and just paste these. And I'll go down here and save them. So again, if you are at GoDaddy or another domain registrar, you have to log into their control panel and make sure you update your name servers to reflect the ones of your hosting package. All right, now we're all set. Now, when you do this, there is a period called DNS propagation, and it takes anywhere from a couple hours to maybe even a full 24 hours. And then that's because your domain's got to connect to the hosting account, and this has got to update across the internet. So most of the time, an hour, 2 hours, you're good. Sometimes it can take up to 24 hours, especially for our international customers out there. If you're in North America, it's normally pretty quick, but if you're international, sometimes it takes longer because it's dependent on your ISP, on your internet service provider. So if your website's not showing up as soon as you do that, don't fear, but you can always ask our support team for help, but that's just completely normal. All right, so now that I've updated my name servers, I've got my package, I'm ready to go use the website builder to make my website. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into cPanel, and we've got a link here and a link here. Also, when you signed up, you got an email, a welcome email, that will have that link too. So there's many different places to access cPanel. But cPanel is how you're going to get to the website builder and how you're going to start making your website. So now you can see I'm logged in, and this is basically, look at this like the operating system on your computer. When you open cPanel, this allows you to manage all of the aspects of your web hosting account. Remember, if we said we were going to use email on this account, so if I wanted to create an email account, I could type in emails, and I'd go right here and create an email box. So anything I need to do can be done from right here inside of cPanel. It's like that operating system is for your computer. All right, now I want to find our website builder. So I'm just going to scroll down here because we have a pretty big section here that highlights it. So you can see here, Website Titan Themes. That's the name of our website builder. It's called Website Titan, and it's got all these different themes you can use for your website. So again, we implemented this for the individual or business that's just ready to put their website online and they don't want to worry about coding it, getting a developer, and also for those that don't want to worry about setting up a theme in WordPress. They just want to click a theme, start editing, and go. So that's why we have this here. Just real quick and easy. So you can see we feature a couple themes. This is by no means all the themes we have. We just have a couple in here so you can kind of become, familiar what it is and see it in a nice clear area. Now, if I go on, what I'm going to do here is just type it in. Let's type in website right here. So under software, you'll see Website Titan Builder. So that's what we're going to here. So I'm just going to click it. And this will bring me right into the editor where I can build my site, edit my pages, and then publish it all to the internet. It just takes, it just basically takes the ability to be able to point and click and save, and then you're able to get online. No coding, no uploading, or anything is necessary. All right, so now I am here. And you're going to notice we have this assistant. So if it's your first time going through this, even after watching this video, you might want to go through this because this will actually walk you through exactly how to use this editor. Here's where your pages are. And of course, it's just going to take me all the way through here. Let me guide you through this page. So it'll show you, everything that's going on. Now I'm going to walk through it in this video. So I'm just going to disable this thing right now. And I kind of find it annoying, but you might like it. Anyway, so the first thing we need to do though is choose our theme, because before we can start editing, we have to have a theme. So there's a search box here to where you can, search what your business is about, or you can choose all the themes are on here, so you can go through all of them, or a certain category. So my website's keydiets.com. So let's just look under food really quick. Food. And you can see it really defines it down. Hungry, eatery, brownies, cater, pizza house, dining. Let's see. So if I had a restaurant, this would be good. Let's see what diets has. Oh, let's go under weight. Health. There we go. So let's see. Health center, spa, trainer, gym center. And let's just look at basic health. So this is like more for a medical website. Let's see if we can't find something else here. Let's just look under food again. See if we can't find something healthy. Whoops. If I could learn to type today, it'd be great. Let's see. Hungry, dining, vegetables. That looks good. So here we go. So here's a kind of a theme that might work for a diet website. Maybe for example, I was wanting to publish a website where I could show healthy recipes or blog about eating healthy and clean. This maybe is a theme that we'd want to use. So you can see you've got tons of different options here, and I can scroll through here, and it's going to go through a bunch of different themes. But when you find one that kind of catches your eye, you can click on demo and you can go check it out beforehand. So if we look through here, this is the vegetable theme, and we got a nice header. We have a nice little menu here. See here, I'm just scrolling through it. So a nice place we could feature, products if we were selling. We had coupons. We had a bunch of products. And I guess this website's more for selling. So if I was selling apples and cherries and all that. So I might want to go more for a blog theme if I was wanting to blog. But I think you can get the point here, choosing a theme that works for your business. And so it could be even an e-commerce business. You're not limited at any means. So let's just look under blog really quick. Okay, let's see. Consultancy. Prism, Introspect. Let's see. I want to find something. Here we go. Let's just click on the blog category. All right, so this takes us to all the different types of blogs, because I want to write, I'm just pretending here that I'm going to write about, healthy recipes. And so I want a theme to where I can just publish some articles. So let's look here. This lounging right here kind of looks all right. Elevate, this is more of the blog here. So I click here and demo. Okay, so this would be kind of a theme here that we could use. And it's got a home page with a contact form. It's also got the blog page here. We could blog. Not a huge fan of that one. Let's see what else we have here. Prepaid, contour. Let's try to find something a little more substance to it. It's like under personal. And I'm a type too that I'll spend a lot of time trying to find, the exact theme I want. And so that's why we have so many here. For those indecisive people, you can always change it too as you move along. Let's look here at this one here. All right, I think this is going to be more along the line of what I'm trying to do here. So you can see this has a nice, header. It's got a menu. If we go on down here, it's got plenty of room to where we can publish articles. So for my site, I think that's the one I'm going to choose for now. So let's click, once we find this, we click activate. All right, so now it's going to go ahead and activate inside of here. Now, the cool thing is, too, you can choose a website that's in a completely different category, and you have the ability to edit everything. So, if you don't like an image, if you want to change around where the fonts are, the menus, you've got that option to do so. So now I'm on the main page of the site. So if you look under here at the top, you can see pages. And you can see we can create a new page. We can edit a contact form. This has got the travel page, lifestyle, business, home, footer, and header. So you can see all these menu items have a page attached to them. Right now I'm on the home page because that's the one I want to edit. And I want to show you how to do that. But on the left side here is all the options I have. So, if I want to add a title, paragraph, rich text, quote, any of these items, I can click that to embed them. But right now, I just kind of want to take what I see here and I want to make edits on the site itself. So, I might want to move around the menu or change some of this home page and all that. So let's look at first editing this first thing that's my website. Where do I go to do that? So I'm going to close this here, and I want to go over here to settings, general, and I want to edit from my website to what the name of my site is. So my site's Key Diets, and I can put on here the healthy way to lose weight. So this is a site title and then a tagline, just something about what the site's about. Now, if you want to put your email address, you can do that here. No, I'm not going to edit the email address. This is going to take it from your account, time zone, wherever you are located, the date format. If you want to get really specific with stuff, you can. Save changes. All right, so now that is edited. Let's go back here to my dashboard, or to my pages. Let's go back to our home page so we can further edit that. Whoops, I clicked header. So one moment. All right, so this is the header to the page. And so you can see our site title's now in there. We probably don't want to keep design by website title in there because that doesn't look, professional. So we could change this to whatever. We could add our tagline here or whatever we want it to say. We could just delete it, but I'm just going to put the healthy way to lose weight. And again, we're just going to do this for an example kind of quick, but feel free to spend all the time that you need on it. These are links to our menu bar, and so if we wanted to change these, we actually have to do that inside of the primary menu. So if I click on here, you can see I've got just basic settings, what happens when I hover over it. Right now there's no effect. If I click on style, it's just I can redefine anything, but I'm not going to want to do that here at this time. I just want to make sure that I have where it doesn't say design by, got my site title and my menu on there. So now once I'm good with this, I'm going to click update. And this just saves your changes. Notice I'm not hitting publish yet. I don't want to publish the website until everything is in order the way I want it. So you can see I've got a preview option. So if I click here, you can see this is the preview of my header I just edited. I can make sure it looks good here. Now going back, I can continue to edit. So now I've done the header. I want to go back to that home page that I was talking about. It's going to take all that page and throw it into the editor. Okay, so now this is the header. Now we can scroll on down here. Now this is where I can start to edit some of the content on the website. So this is like for my welcome message. And I could put welcome to Key Diets and so another tagline, just something about what the website is about. We have an image here, and you can see this is predefined from the media library. And this was kind of assuming that we were going to use this for like a photo website, but you can basically upload any picture that you want inside of here. So if I click this, it's going to give me the option to drag and drop any files from my computer onto here. So, if you have a picture you want to use, or if you have one that you've bought online or found online, you could select it here and add it in here. If you click on Media Library, these are going to be all of the files that you've actually uploaded are going to be inside of here. So you can upload, and then once you upload them, you'll have a whole library that you begin to build. You can also create your own gallery. And set up feature images, and you can also insert it from a URL, like if you have the address of it, and maybe you have it uploaded somewhere else. But I'm gonna close it because I'm just gonna leave this as a placeholder. But my point being is it's extremely easy, to go on here and edit the image and change, how big it is, large, medium, thumbnail, full. This just has one size uploaded, so that's how I'm going to do it. Link to, we can change this to a custom URL is what it's set to. So right now it's just set to go to nothing. So we can just change that, and we won't link to it at all. Or we can have it linked to the media file itself, or even a light box to where it actually pops the image up and makes it bigger. I'm just going to keep this at custom URL and not set anything because I don't want it to link anywhere. You then have options, though. If you do, it'll open in a new tab. It'll show the image caption and then also the alignment. But this is already, pretty much center of the page, so it's not going to really change it. All right, so I'm just going to close out of there. Now I have this paragraph here, and you're going to see this just tells me here that I'm editing the paragraph. I can click Edit Paragraph, and this brings up this nice little editor. So now I can come in here and delete text, add links or whatnot, or anything about my site. So I'm just going to type an example paragraph. This is keydiets.com, my website on how to eat clean and healthy, the goal of losing weight quickly. So, go in here and just have fun at it. There's no programming, no coding. Just go in, drag, drop, start editing. If you want to add a link or bold, you just do it right here. Make it bold. If we wanted to link this, say to our site, we can do that here. If we wanted to open a new tab, if we have pages we want to link to, we could select those here. But now we're just going to click Add Link. And you can see now that's now linked and bolded. And so this just allows you to format your font, format your text, how you want it to make your paragraph look how it should on your website. Once you're finished, we just click Update again, and it saves our changes. Let's just give it a second to finish. All right, now we'll also notice that you have these headings here. So these are like subsections of your sites, and maybe you're going to have some comments or stuff on it. So you can also go in and edit these in the same way that we just edited this. If you wanted to change the text, you could do so here. If you want to change that image, we could do so inside of there as well. Open in SitePad Editor. And so we could change this, and then the image, we're actually going to have to do it on the other page. I'll demonstrate that here shortly. So all of this here can be dragged, dropped, and edited. Maybe you want to put here featured diets. Click out of there. So now this can maybe be our welcome note, then all of our featured diets here. We'll go on down here. So now we have some section headings. So if we have different sections of the site, so maybe, one page is diets or recipes, maybe one page is contact us, maybe another page is about. You can edit all those inside of here. So let's just say maybe about us, about me, about us, what have you, whatever your situation is. Contact us. Maybe this is your healthy grocery list. Okay, and then once again, we've got some just predefined images that are already uploaded. I can click this trash can if I want to get rid of that, but I can also click and I can insert one from a URL, or I can upload my own image. So, I think a lot of the people out there building, they have their own images, they want to upload and add them, so feel free to do so. Change any of these out, as you see fit. If you run a business and you have pictures of your business, you can upload them all inside of this media library. But once again, there's no coding or using programs, everything's just drag and drop inside of your browser here. So I'm just going to close that out. Now we can also, these more details, you can see when I click on it, we can change the text of the button. So, whoops, we can change this to say, something like that. And then we can link it to another page, like an external page, like even our Facebook page or whatnot. Or we can click here and choose a page that's already made. So you can see this already has like a business page, lifestyle page. And we can add and change too, but we can just click whatever page it is, add link, and it's going to automatically add it there. Same with style, if we wanted to change, the styling of it, we could take some of these predefined and delete these and change that, or we could leave them. So I'm just going to leave it because I kind of like the way it looks. All right, so we could do that for each one of these, change the images, change the header, change the text, change the links, and of course, all that's nice and appropriate and easy to do. Now down here, you're going to notice, like if I start clicking in here, nothing happens. And that's because we actually have to edit the footer of the page to edit this bottom section of the site. So the footer and the header are edited in two different files. So I just want to make sure I update before I navigate away. And of course, you do have your preview button. If you ever need to go look at it before you want to publish it, you can just preview. You can see our edits we made there, our buttons, and all that. So we're just kind of previewing the site before we publish it. All right, so now if I click under pages and I go to footer, it's going to bring up the bottom page, bottom section of the page. And you can see in the three different sections now, I can edit these. So you can see I'm inside of here, I can click here, and I have the option to edit this. I can have it say whatever I want it to have it say and add whatever links that I want to. I can delete some, I can add some, I can change the text color or change the bold or italicize it, strike it through, all kinds of different options that I have inside of here. If I want to view the HTML, which I know, you don't need to know HTML, but if you are that type, then you can do that as well. We have both options. And it's kind of the same for this box here too. It is important to note that you can take away or add to. You have these options here on the left side. If you want to add any of these items into here, you can. But really for a footer, I like the links. But if you wanted to add like social share buttons, we could click these on here and drop these on to here. So see, if I wanted to add Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Pinterest, I can easily drop those on here. This talks about what, where I want them, left, center, right, wherever I want it. I like it. That looks better centered maybe. I don't know. We could just play around with it. But then you can click on the buttons here, and we edit these in another section. So I'll show you how to do that as well. But yeah, that's it's easy as that, to add anything else that you want to this footer section. You just drag from the left here and put it on here. So there's other things in here. I don't think you're going to use charts or anything like that. But feel free to play around, to customize your site to make it look how you want it to look. So now I'm just going to update this since I've, made some edits and I've added some social buttons. Oh, and you also, you're not limited to this. If you want to take this off, you can. If you don't want to have the Powered by Website Titan, hey, we appreciate the link, but if not, just take it off. So boom, it's gone. I think we can even, we can get rid of this too. We can delete this as well if we want to, or just leave it without the text. It's up to you. All right, so, to do that, I would just click the delete button up there, the trash folder, and it goes away. So let's just update. And if we go back here, let's see, I think I'll preview this all here. Yes, so now you can see here at the bottom, you'll see our social share buttons, and you don't see that Powered by Website Titan. So again, with this editor, you don't have to keep any links, you don't get any ads on it. It's 100% free to use inside your account with no strings attached to it, so to speak. All right, so now we have other pages in here. We have our contact page, which will come up here. And so we can edit all of this. This is a form to send it to our email address, if we want to do that. You have all the options here that you can that you want to edit when you're sending a form. And I'm going to go through a whole other tutorial on how to make a full website. So I'm not going to get behind all the tech details of getting it sent and all that stuff in this video because I don't want to use too much more time on here demonstrating this. But it's very simple. You don't have to worry about creating code or creating boxes. It's all done for you, and you can change whatever it says here just by pointing, clicking, and editing. Nothing fancy, nothing hard. It's for anyone that that needs a website. So I'm going to close out here. If we want to edit this text here, once again we just drag in here, and you can change the style settings here, edit paragraph, and we can change this like, let's see if we want to change to header 5. Well, that's not going to get it. Here, edit paragraph. Okay, so this is all of our options here that we can do as well. So again, there's many different things we can do to it. If we want to delete text, add text, we can do that in here. Same with the contact information and all that good stuff. And you can see we already have some social buttons in here, which uses an icon. And we can also change where it links to. So we're just going to update that. And boom. And then we also have a map here. So Google Maps has its plugin here that we just dragged and dropped onto here. It was actually done like that for us before we got here. But we'll need to actually make some edits to show where we are in a map. And again, I'm not going to go through that in this video, just because I don't want to use too much time, but I could add a new marker, and that's basically where we'll go to do it. So you can see this is like Sydney, Australia. And that's where we label it all. But again, I'll save that for another tutorial to go through all of that. So it's pretty much the same for all the different pages, when you want to save it. Just like the home page, like the header, like the footer, we go through each page, we start making our edits, we make sure to save. Now, if you notice, let me go to key diets. So let's just head back to our client area. Let me click on our domain. You can see if I go there, it doesn't show anything right now. And this is because the domain has not propagated yet, since I just added my name servers. So I'm still have to give this a little bit, but as you can see, I'm ready to go edit my site now because this isn't dependent on that. So in 24 hours, once my domain's live, then I'll be able to publish it. But until then, I can use this editor to do so. But when I am ready, when my website's loading in my browser and I'm not seeing the cPanel page, all I have to do is click publish, and it will publish only the current page or the entire website. So I'll just click yes, publish. And this takes the whole site you've made, you've edited, and pushes it out to your hosting account. I want to demo this. It's important because I don't want you to think that you have to get a program and FTP it up or do anything special. No, you build everything in the editor, and when you're finished, you publish it out. And then when you need to make edits to it, you come back in here and you can publish just one page, the entire site again, or you could change the whole site around. It's all done from right inside of here. It also can be done right when you register the domain, right when you set up your package, before the domain's even working. Everything can be done right inside of here. Now, of course, the more pages you have, the longer this is going to take. So this is, the example, just an example video, a couple preset pages. So we're already at 71%. Now, if you come in here and you develop, 20, 30, 40 pages, it might take a little bit longer than to publish the whole thing. So have some patience based on how big your website is. So you can see we're almost finished here. Just getting the last little bit of the fonts. And one other thing I can jump to while this publishes, or actually let's don't interrupt it. Let's just sit here for a second and let it finish uploading these images. But I guess the other important point that I want to make here, by using this at NameHero, you're actually on the same hosting package you would use otherwise. This isn't like you're not getting the secure cloud hosting. Everything is uploaded on your account, your files. So this is done. So I'm going to click done. And I'll show you this. So if you go into cPanel and you click on File Manager, you can see here that your files are in here. So they're your files, your website. It's not like that, your site's hosted somewhere where you can't have access to these files. They're right here. You can see everything inside of here, any images that you upload, everything is right inside of your hosting account. If you decide later on that you want to use WordPress instead of the editor, you can, create a folder here and do that as well. So it's not, everything is on your account in the privacy of your own hosting account. So nothing is, on a third-party server that you don't have access to. Okay, so now the site's published out, and again, since my domain's not live, I can't show it, but I can close the editor because I want to highlight a couple other things. In accordance to the pages already, or in addition to the pages already set up here, if I wanted to add another one, I just click Add New. And I just go through the options to create the page. So I'm not just limited to the pages that this demo template or this beginning template has. I can start here to start making my own page. So, if I want to add any of this stuff, I got the option to drag a video, audio, video slider, service box, embed, charts, all that stuff, I can make it inside of here. Even if I wanted to do like a countdown timer, I just take it and drag and drop it. Let's set my expiration date. Let's just say the 2nd of June, start date. Let's just leave it at that and close that out. So see if I want to make like a coming soon page. And again, I'm going to do video tutorials that covers all this in detail. So don't pay too close of attention to what I'm doing, but I just want to show how easy this stuff is to drag and drop. And make this center, text color gray. Keydiets.com is coming soon. So see, you can make a page like this. Like a coming soon page, and it's just drag, drop, add, and then update. It saves it, and then again, if you want to push it out live, you click the publish button. Let's give it a second. Saved, and you can add anything though. I mean, all these different options that you can drag and drop right on here. From countdown timer, if we want to embed a YouTube video. If we get on here, there's other options such as calendar. Let's see what else would look cool on here. Let's just do let's look here. That's a chart. If we want to do a chart, that looks kind of boring, but I think you get my point. Let's look. I want to do the pricing table one. Was pretty cool too. Let's see where'd that go. Pricing tables right here. So if you have products or services, you just drag that on, drop it here, And now we've got pricing tables. So, there's anything that you can think of inside this editor. It's just easy drag and drop to make your site look how you want it to look. All right, so that page looks pretty crumbled now, so we're just going to close on out of it. So that's how you add a new page. Also, our site builder has something unique in the fact that you can have a blog on it. So if I click all posts, you can see, if you want to come in here and blog, you can do so. So you can add blog posts. Now there's a default, just like a demo post. So we can go to edit that, or we can delete it, if we don't want to use the default. But if we just want to go in and edit that for our first blog post, we can. Click the pencil. And now you can see this is very traditional to how kind of WordPress is set up. So, if you've used WordPress in the past, this is probably similar. But it allows you to sit here and you can edit the blog post right inside of here. So I can go in here and blog. This is a default post. Feel free to delete it or add my text here. You have all the same editor features that you need. To make to make it look customized. We can change our name, of course, and to make it say our name or whatnot, and change the date, which again, I'll go through a blog post to highlight all of that stuff. If I go back here, when I go to add a new post, I'll show you how simple that is. And I like the blogging system of this because it just makes it, a really fast way to do this. I don't have to, go to make a whole new page. It's just making a new post, and it's kind of got a format. My title, I can drag the objects here, or I can just begin typing. If I just want to start typing, boom, I can. But I also have the option to add any of these other blocks into the blog post. So I can make a really rich, dynamic blog post with just a, drag and drop. All right, let's go out of the blog post. All right, so now I've got pages, I've got my blogs. I can add new categories, I can add tags, all the stuff that you would find from a normal blogging system is in here. My media, this is that library we talked about. I would say most everyone's going to want to upload their own media library. So you just click add new. You can drag and drop from your computer or select the files by clicking that. We've got our themes. If you want to change your theme, you can change it at any time. But make sure when you change your theme, you realize that you're going to lose the customizations you made on your current theme. So like how we made the changes to the header and footer, when I change themes, I'm actually changing the whole design. So I'm going to have to go back and re-add those in if I do that. So just a little pre-warning there, which will also warn you when you do that. If I go to menus, this is going to show me the different menus across the site that's set up. So you can see I've got my header menu set up, and this is what's displayed across the site here. So, if I wanted to, change some of these things, like let's say I just didn't want to have a blog or didn't have a blog link. I just click remove and it's gone. So I can add to or take away on there. It's automatically going to add new pages to this, but I could turn that off as well. Once I'm finished, I save the menu. And I also have options to link to like a blog post. Link to a blog post. I can have custom links on this menu, categories, tags, and I can also change the format, which there's no options for that right now. All right, let's go back to settings and let's look at a couple of different settings we have. So we already talked about the general, changing our site name, changing our tagline. This is our email address, and this can't be changed from right here. I'll explain in a later video how we go about editing that. It's actually on your accounts as a whole. We're going down here to the date format as we talked about. Now if we go to writing, it's another section here. This puts whatever category you want your post to be categorized in if you're blogging. So you can see uncategorized is the only category because I haven't set up any others. So if I hover over blog, you can see there's a section to add my categories. Now if I go to reading, the front page is set to show the home page. But if I wanted to just to show my post, if I was just going to run a blog, I would click here to show my latest post. So you have that option. And again, this is similar to WordPress if you've used WordPress before. So it's kind of like, all the benefits of WordPress without using WordPress. So keep that in mind. This is the number of posts that your front page can show, syndication, and just kind of details on how it displays. Media. This just shows the thumbnail size, the medium size, and the large size. Most people find the defaults are good here, but if you need to turn those up, you can do that here. We have our editor settings. just, of course, check my spelling. You can disable a spell checker if you don't want it. I do. And if you have any custom stuff, some custom CSS, some custom HTML, some footer code, and all that, you can add those in here. So sometimes we see this, people want to put tracking pixels. They want to put Google Analytics in here, which is another section for that. But anything custom you want to add to your pages can be added inside of the content editor. Google Maps, how we were talking earlier about, I didn't want to get into setting up specifics because we have to actually get our API keys, and there's directions on here, but I'm going to do a video that explains that. Contact form. This is the same thing as I mentioned earlier. When I showed the contact form, people might ask, well, how do I set it where to go to? This is where you would do that. You would enter your email and a from email, and you'd set up the message and all this. Once again, I'm going to show you a video on how to use the contact form because I want to go through each one of these in detail. Google Analytics, and same here. You would add your tracking ID for Google Analytics. MailChimp. This is if you want to have a pop-up to where you can collect email addresses. A lot of businesses like that nowadays. You can add it inside of here. And then we've got sections for our cookies, for the cookie consent. So if you get cookie consent. So if you go to like NameHero, you'll notice we have a cookie notice. It's a requirement nowadays because of GDPR if you collect cookies. So this is how you easily add that. So I will show another video though to do that as well. If we go down to sites, you can go to all sites. And you can see we have key diets. Now, remember I mentioned at the beginning of my video, this editor is not just for key diets. My hosting package I bought allows for 6 sites. So if I add another site and want to design it, I can add the site here. And you can see this just has key diets because that's the only one I have set up. So if I want to do like a subdomain or subsite, I can add it in another folder. But as I add more websites to my cPanel, I can add them in here. And again, I'll get into more details of that as well. Main point being, this editor can be used for an unlimited number of sites, as many as your hosting package supports. Mine supports 6. If I need to upgrade to more than that, then I could do that as well and have access to more than that. So you're not limited by the amount of sites you have or not by the number of pages you have. From our dashboard, we can see how much media usage we have. You can have up to 200 megabytes at any given time in media usage. Number of sites is 1. We can have as many as we need. We can have as many pages as we need and as many posts as we need. And then you just see some recently added themes that might catch your eye. So in a nutshell, that is our editor. You can see very friendly, easy. You didn't have to leave your browser. You didn't have to code anything. We dragged and dropped. Pretty easy to publish. No files that are needed to be uploaded or anything like that. If I wanted to edit my profile, we could change, our first name, last name, what the nickname is, so it's not shown publicly as admin. We could change. So, for example, we could do like Ryan Gray. And when I blog, this is mainly for when I blog. If I wanted my nickname to show up as Ryan, display name publicly as Ryan, and I could put my email address inside of here, and my website and a bio and picture if I wanted to do that. So you can see pretty simple stuff to go in and edit that, and nothing that you have to go try to find to update. So that's the dashboard and stuff and the editor in a nutshell. If you do, if you're interested in using this, you want to have, the fine details on how to build out a specific type of site. I'm going to do many video tutorials where I show one just for the contact form, one with a, complete site from start to finish, one where I show how to upload specific images. So I'm going to really get into detail on this to really, show you how to use this and how to get, really specific with all of these settings, because it is a very powerful editor. And the fact that it can do from just simple blog websites, simple one-page sites, all the way to e-commerce and stuff like that, without the need for code, without the need for plugins or anything. Everything is just drag and drop and edit. Very simple and easy. So that should complete this video tutorial. We're real excited to get this feature out. This is something we've seen more and more requests for over the last couple of months, and we finally decided to get this put out. If you're an existing customer, we don't have it live on all of the packages yet, but we will. It'll be live here throughout 2019. This is in partnership with SitePad. So if you're currently using SitePad, you can actually take your data from your SitePad and merge it over into here. So that's why we haven't launched it to all existing customers yet. If you sign up for new packages after watching this video, then you're going to have it automatic. But if you're an existing customer, we want to make sure that we transfer over your data in the correct way if you're using the SitePad editor. So that's why we waited doing existing customers. So as we see more of those requests, we'll get that knocked out and show you how to migrate all your files into the website Titan to make sure you don't lose any pages and you can have an uninterrupted editing experience. But using this editor on our hosting, it doesn't just limit you to this editor. If you want to have WordPress installed on your site to use for a different subsection of the site, or if you want the ability to run other software on your site, you can do that as well. So you're not limited to just like the page builder or nothing. You can use the page builder, you can use your own software, or a combination of both. My thing is with the page builder is I don't want it to be just one-sided. I want it to be very flexible to give you the freedom to use your hosting account how you would like to use it. But it's 100% free. There's no extra charge. There's no added features. If you pay more, you get everything with any of these hosting packages. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them on this YouTube video. If you're excited about using this editor, feel free to give the video a thumbs up. I use the thumbs up feature on YouTube to look at, if you like this content, I know to produce more. So feel free to do that. Feel free to share this. And of course, you're going to want to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So as I get more detailed videos on the page builder, that you can also keep in touch with, how to keep building out your site and getting some of the specific things in order with the page builder. So thanks for watching. Thanks for using NameHero. We're certainly excited to get this new feature out there and look forward to your continued business with us. Thanks so much.